started just because I know we're on a time crunch. So I'm Erin Jensen. I am from Des Moines, Iowa. I have been with Paper Chef almost 9 years. I've been a director for about 3.5. I'm going to make the corn chowder in the quick cooker. I'm kind of waiting for it to heat up here. So to tell you a little bit about me and when I got started, I was a band director for 2 years, so yay music people. I was pregnant with my first kid my second year of teaching. I was working beyond full-time for not even full-time pay, so it made zero financial sense for me to go back to work. So we were in that lovely mode of 2 incomes to 1, and we were broke on 2 incomes. So I got invited to a Paper Chef party. I didn't have a single item in my kitchen, Paper Chef item. I had like a $30 budget. I'm flipping through the catalog going, I want everything, right? So I talked my husband into $159 instead of $30, and just kind of went into it with a let's just see what happens attitude. I've had 2 babies since. Like I said, I promoted to director about 3.5 years ago. My youngest is almost 5, so if you can kind of do that math, when he was not nursing anymore, I kicked it up a little more. And now I promoted to advanced director last month, thanks to Miss Joelle and Jensen over there. And now I'm able to make some serious money. I've earned trips, which are things that we would not do if they were free. I know Amanda Jo shared a number, and I did not share this number, and I was lucky enough to have Kathy Cocazella visit myself and my team. I think it's been almost 2 years already, but I got to like have breakfast with her and chat with her, and I told her the number, and she was like, Erin, you have to start sharing that. So my husband and I paid off over $35,000 in debt in about a 15-month period. Whoa. Now this was like almost 3 years ago now that we started working towards that. And I always say, in the beginning, Paper Chef was our oh shit money. You know what I mean by that, right? And I have to say, one of the first times I felt really accomplished was I had taken our van to Costco to get new tires, and we forgot that they didn't take credit cards at the time, they only took debit cards. Well, we don't keep very much money in our regular checking account, just because that's our habit, you know? So I had enough money in my Paper Chef account to pay for it, but the intention was, I will pay for it and then you can put that money back in my account, right? Right. And I can remember being so excited and so happy. I had a plate here, where'd it go? Being so excited and so happy that I was like, I don't think you have to give me that money back. Like, that $700 that the tires were for our minivan, like, I think I could just pay for those. So that was pretty awesome. And now it's turned into things like, we were the stubborn people that lived in our starter home for like 7 years, which I hated so much, but we paid off all our debt and saved up for a down payment for our new house. We've been there 2 years, but, and I paid for every improvement we've made on this house. We're not talking like a little bit of maybe redoing the flooring once. We're talking like finishing a basement and stuff that costs a lot of money to do. So it's awesome to be able to make that kind of financial income, all while still being able to be a stay-at-home mom. But like, I'm in Amanda Jo's world starting next year when my youngest is going to kindergarten.
It's a great day.
Let me tell you.
That 6 hours goes by really fast. And they do stay home in the summer.
Oh, I'm good.
And then all of a sudden your 6-month-old is now a senior in high school.
So, that's a little bit about me. So, I know, who was it that was in the kitchen that hasn't even used the quick cooker at all? Yeah. So, our quick cooker. When it first, I have to tell you, when the Instapot came out, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, I made chicken in the Instapot in 20 minutes. And I was like, quick cooker, rock, microwave 8, why is this a big deal? So I really was not interested at all. So when everybody was like, crazy excited at conference. I was like, okay, not so excited about this. But then I jokingly say, but it's true that I got 2 of them for free. So I was like, well, I guess I'll get it out of the box and try it. And now we use it a ton. My husband loves it. My husband is a big pasta eater. He takes lunches to work, and a lot of times they're pasta because it greases well and it warms up easily. He says he'll never boil water to make pasta again. Because why do that when you can just do it all in the quick cooker in one swipe? So this recipe we're making here is the corn chowder. This is going to sound goofy, guys, but I got into doing this recipe some when I had a brunch party. And I was having that, like, I want to use the quick cooker, but what can I make in the quick cooker for brunch? So we did this, and we made the stovetop granola. I think we all think of brunch as breakfast, but brunch doesn't have to be all breakfast, right? And everybody loved it. It was a good combo. So this is one of those recipes that is not in the guide that comes with it. I don't think. Maybe I'm making that up. But they've come out with a ton more recipes online, so lots more options online. So I'm just doing bell pepper and onion in my baby food processor. Okay, so this is very me. And I said something to Ann about this, and she was like, no, just do it the way you want to do it. So the first time I had this recipe, it calls for almond milk, right? I followed the recipe. I was like, wow, this is really, okay. So the next time I made it with normal milk. Actually, I think I put a plop of sour cream in mine the first time, because I was like, this needs some, like, fat. So this time, we're putting bacon in it too. Because bacon. As a granddaughter of a hog farmer, like, there's a lot of pork in my life. So all I did was cook a little bit of that, or warm up really, some of that pre-cooked bacon in the bottom. Just for time's sake, you could totally use regular bacon. So if you're new-ish to the quick cooker, I've got it on sear. So just essentially chuck it into a big burner. So we're gonna let those cook for a second here, but so like I said, I was not jumping on this train, but let's talk about selling it. So at live parties, you're not going to sell it if you're not using it. And there are lots of good recipes, and there are lots of good recipes other than salsa chicken at live parties too. This is an easy recipe to make at a party. You know, other ones, so like I said, I do this with the granola at brunch shows. If you're a fajita and margarita person, yes? Lots of us, right, that are just beating that horse till it's dead and then feeding it some more because it works. I do the salsa chicken in here, and then I do the peppers and onions on my double burner grill pan. Why not, right? Or that chicken parmesan pasta that Sarah said, that's a really good show recipe too, keeps it really simple. Now, how many of you are doing more virtual parties than live parties right now? Okay. How many of you are going live in your virtual parties? Awesome. How many people does going live, even if you're doing it, scare the crap out of you? Okay, so to talk about that a little bit. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've seen me go live a lot. Most of the time my lives are a hot mess because I have 3 boys. I don't have 3 children, I have 3 boys. And it's like, I mean, you know, hopefully they have clothes on in the background. That's a good goal. But I still do it anyway. Because I have people, and for some reason church is the place I hear it the most, but I have people come up to me and say, I just love your live videos. Now, did that person come up to me and say, I love your live videos, will you order me one of those $240 quick cookers? No, but next time they need something, I know who they're going to get a hold of because they see me. So even if you're just doing it on your wall, do it. If you're scared, do it anyway. It's okay. It doesn't have to be complicated. If I made this recipe, I could do the part I'm doing right now, pressurize it, cook it. If I don't have time to go live with the results, take a picture, post a picture of the result. It doesn't have to be like all or nothing. It can be little things. Buy yourself a camera stand. Mine's actually, I brought it with me, it's in my bag. I bought one of those that has the big, long, flexible thing that you can like mount to your countertop. And it works even, it's on the floor down by mine. Yeah, in there. It works even like if I want to be at my stove, I can mount it to the countertop and then just kind of move it around. So, and you can get them on Amazon for super cheap.
Yes, nice.
So, not expensive on Amazon. Get one of those. So, another trick that I have learned recently, which has been like a game changer for me, I've started doing way more virtual parties lately than I've ever done. I'm just slicing some red potatoes behind the quick cooker, if you're curious. Virtual parties. So I want to go live in these virtual parties, right? But I'm not going to go live 5 different times. Like, I'm lucky if this can happen once during the week of the virtual party, right? And I had figured out, like, I know for a while we had talked about how you could go live on your page and then share it, and that was like hard because my computer would take forever to load, and I felt like it was 20 minutes of like my butt trying to get it to go on my computer with the, yeah. I just discovered that you can go live on your regular personal wall, make it public, and then there's a share to button right there. And it literally like brings up it always seems to have the groups that I'm working in right now, like top of the list. So it's like share to, click, 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 done. And it's going in all of them. Now, sometimes I'm doing the same thing that I did a week ago, and it's like, do I want to leave that on my wall? So when you're done, you can hide it. You can hide it from your personal wall. So then the only people that saw it were the people that saw it while you were doing it live. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's made it way easier. And I don't know about you, but I need easy in my life. Like I said, I'm lucky if it happens anyway, so if I have to, yeah, I could never go live in 6 parties a week, individually. That just wouldn't happen. So I'm cutting up some red potatoes with my simple slicer. So, we talked about the going live thing. I think, and this is old news for people who have been around for a while, but the idea of creating a desire for these higher dollar products, because most people are not walking into a show with a $250 budget, right? You're gonna have some people that are like, oh, I want that, buy it, done, great. We need those people. We'll take your $240 for a quick cooker. But for the most part, you're gonna have those people who are drooling, but they're women who go, I gotta pay for X, Y, and Z. I can't buy that for myself, right? Whether they can afford it or not. So creating desire for it. Examples. Just little ones that I've said already. The idea that my husband loves it because we never boil water for pasta anymore. Giving those examples of why you love the product, which you can't get if you never use it. That's hard. So that's a big deal. Use it. But then giving them like ways to get it. So I did some numbers, which you can be proud of me because I'm not a numbers person. But I did a few numbers as far as like what you could do in June to get it. So June's double free, right? If they have a $700 party in June, they can get this for free if they want to use their free product towards it. The product's $240 full price, so any month of the year they can get it for $120. Guys, that's pretty darn close to going and buying yourself an Instapot at Walmart. They're not much, that's about the same price. And then joining the business in June, they get what? $250 Oh look, free quick cooker. Those of us who are like, oh, I wish I still had that quick cooker kit. Well, just pretend it's a quick cooker kit because they can get the quick cooker too. This is when I go time out. Let's make sure we're doing this right here. I'm gonna turn it off sear. I threw those potatoes in, so right now all I've got in there is potatoes, peppers, onions. Is that it? That's it? Bacon. Oh, I set the bacon on the side, but yeah. And then 3 cups of corn, which is about 5. I don't even measure at parties. It's just not a skill I was given. I'm using my cute little forky spatula, or scraper. Or spatula is where I come from. Okay, so I put that in there. Now I'm going to put some smoky barbecue rub in it. Calls for 2 teaspoons, which is approximately however much I'm going to put my hand right now.
I always say we have really good measuring tools.
I brought my tablespoon for the cornstarch. Does that count? Some salt, and then we were supposed to put some garlic in when it was searing. So I can't find my garlic, so we'll just pretend that happened. I have garlic somewhere. If you're friends with me, okay, this is totally random, but my husband and I went to a Weezer concert not that long ago, and I had done a party, and hosts sometimes they'll buy a head of garlic and they never use fresh garlic, so she was like, well, you use this? Well, I was already packed up and I had it in my purse, so we're sitting at a bar drinking a beer before this concert, and I'm like, okay, I have a head of garlic. Okay, so all we're gonna do is add the milk. Where's my measure? Guys, I'm a hot mess. Where is it? Is it right in front of me?
I don't see one.
I will give you $0. You can tell me where. So we're just gonna add the milk, which right at the beginning here we're gonna put 2 cups of milk now, and then we are going to pressurize it, and it is, let's see, soup stock. Adjust the time to 8 minutes. Okay. One other thing, quick, is we talked about creating desire. I did a little brainstorming, and I'd love to hear you guys' ideas too about how can I create desire for this product in the summer, right? We a lot of times think of like soups and pasta dishes and stuff like that. The couple ideas I came up with were hard-boiled eggs being a great lunch option, making a big batch of salsa chicken, using it in lots of different things, in your camper. And then you talked about not using the oven, so this doesn't heat up people's pitches either. I did give you a sheet, or did they make it around? So, let's see, what did I say?
8 minutes.
Yes. So just a couple of things to think about on there. Kind of about, are you going live in your parties? What else did I put on it?
Why are you afraid?
Oh yeah, why are you afraid to go live in your parties? If you already are going live in your parties, what could you do to make it better? What else did I put on it?
How can you improve?
Huh?
How can you improve?
Yeah.
How do you plan to sell the
And how to sell it.
Yeah, ideas on how to sell it to your hosts, to your guests, and as a recruiting tool. So we're just gonna let this do its thing and ignore it, and we'll finish it up later. Okay. Yes.